Hello everyone, Mark here, Mark's Max Muscle, and as promised, I'm going to do a comparison between Roelly Winklaar 2018 and just last year, both Olympia versions. Of course, he placed third here in 2018, and he won the People's Choice Award, or the People's Championship. And in 2019, just last year, he placed fifth, and it was in a very weak lineup. In fact, the only two people he lost to were not there. So mathematically, he should have won the Olympia. The people were there except for Sean Roden and the champion, Dr. Phil. And he beat everybody else, did Roelly Winklaar in 2018. But anyway, guys, can you imagine the size difference here? He is just jacked. He's huge. In 2018, he much bigger. Looks like he's 200 pounds bigger. Can you believe that? And look at the legs. No lats in 2019, in comparison anyway. Just unbelievable. Let's run through the poses. Front double bicep pose. And unless you have an exact angle of the pose, you're not going to be able to really tell the true difference, because I'm here to tell you guys, his lats, they're 2-3 inches. They stick out 2-3 inches more bulbous in 2018. Is it just me? I'm not an expert, but look at his arm, his bicep. It's his left bicep. It just looks round and a little bit artificial. Do you think there's something in there? Either way, guys, that V-taper, it's all but lost in 2019, just last year. Here's another one. And this is a little unfair for 2018. He's not really striking the pose, so like I said, it's not really fair. Even in the forearms, you can't really see the true size. But even in this one, his midsection clearly better and his legs clearly bigger. It's just his training that year must not have been as good, not nearly as good anyway, leading up to the Olympia. Go to the front lat spread. And honestly, it's a terrible angle for 2019, so you can't really truly tell, but I wish we could, because the lats you could really see from the front relaxed position. And clearly here, if it was a straight on shot, I think you could see the superiority of 2018. But guys, if he dropped the ball last year, if he can reduplicate this year, he could very well win the Olympia. And here's the other album. And yeah, look at that. The V-taper. Here you can see. And I was saying you could, if we could have a clearer shot, you could see a lat superiority. And that's exactly what I see here. For Roelly Winklaar, guys, take a look at this 2018 front lat spread. This is one of the best ones I've ever seen him hit in a gladiator round type atmosphere where you're picking the best of all of his poses to use in a matchup. This would definitely be the one that I would use for his front lat spread. It seems he's just not at all nearly as good in 2019, just last year. And anyway, guys, go to the side poses, and this is oh my soul. This is an oh my soul situation. Now, ignore the upper bodies a little bit, because the tilt makes his body look a little wider in 2019, actually. But that is not the case, guys. If you really look at the arm, so much bigger is his tricep. But here's the oh my soul. Look at the quads. Look at the quads. 2018, this is unbeatable, this quad. And hanging hamstring to boot. And the cuts and lack thereof in 2019 looks like an amateur bodybuilder. This is unbelievable, guys, and it's no wonder his placings fell even in a weaker lineup. So that's just unbelievable. I'm going to skip the hoo-ah position or side tricep, and we're going to go right to the back development. They were hit at such a different angle that it was really unfair to say. And even in this rear lat spread, it's hard to say really too. He's tilted so thusly in 2019, but use your imagination, guys. Look at the outer lats. Look at the lat insertions. They're so much more prominent. Kudos to the conditioning of the glutes, though, for 2019. Anyway, here's another one here. And like I said, look at the silhouettes. Look at the lats there. He meant business in 2018, rather. And in 2019, he really phoned it in, guys. I mean, I'm sure he must have trained. Just stroll into town, Las Vegas, and boom, hit a couple of shots. Nobody's that good. But anyway, like I said in the rear, the previous rear lat spread, his glutes, hamstrings seem to be pretty good in check in 2019. Go to the rear double bicep, and yes, look at the lat insertions, and look at the outer lats. Nowhere near as thick and as bulbous. I like to use that word bulbous when it comes to, I was going to call him Boo Bunder. You remember that? Boo Bunder? Louis Marco used to call him. And look at his legs. They appear to be like a spider. You see that? In 2019, up towards the glutes, they're very thin and much more thick in 2018. Just an altogether better version. And I was saying earlier in that bicep, that left bicep, or no, was it his right bicep or was it his left one? No, it was his left bicep. Well, anyway, might have some oil in that. Hard to tell from the back. Here's the pose from the different album. And not too bad here for 2019, but I think the lighting is better and the oil is better. If you look at the silhouettes and you really look at the outer lats, they're bigger and better for 2018. It's just a better version altogether. There's no real argument, but of course, certain angles like this, he's posing, he's striking the pose more full. He's posing, he's flexing both arms for 2019, and they're not fully flexed in 2018, and it's just not really that fair, but it doesn't matter, guys. Clearly a better version. Go to the ab and thigh, and from the legs to the midsection to the V taper here, it just seems like I don't want to say a junky version. I mean, it's probably, might be one of his worst versions, Roelly Winklaar, for his recent versions, but I mean, for an Olympia version, the guy, he had such high expectations because of this 2018 version that we all assume that he really dropped the ball here. His abs, something going on with his abs there, definitely. I don't know what was going on, but definitely not as tight and as good uniform in 2018. So hopefully the guy he'll bring this 2018 version and he'll be heck on wheels for anybody to deal with. And we have the most muscular to finish this one off with. And it's not hit to the same spec at all. Look at the delts. See how much more full they are in 2018. I mean, I know he's not hitting it to the same spec. He looks funny in 2018 or 19. I'll be honest with you. He usually doesn't hit this crab to this type of position. This is a Dexter Jackson type one. He really has to be full like he is in 18 to really snap this. I mean, look at the delts. Must be just full of something. Muscle. Could be muscle. You guys don't know. It might be muscle. Pure muscle. Anyway, guys, this is the comparison. 2018. Clearly the better version. No doubt. So, guys, I hope he will bring this version. I hope they all bring their best versions in 2020. Make for the best Olympia ever. Maybe Kai Green will return and Sean Roden, the whole 9 yards. Could you imagine? What a great one. Anyway, guys, Roelly Winklaar could end up winning that in that lineup. You never know. Hope you guys enjoyed this comparison. Hit thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Have a great day.